Are you thinking of owning the newly launched Tesla Model Y, but wonder how much you will need to own it here in Malaysia? Well, in this video, I'll cover all the details from how much to pay the bank monthly, to charging your car, road tax, insurance, and every other minor detail that you need to know to own this electric vehicle. So for today's video, I will use the cheapest Model Y variant in Malaysia, which is 199,000 ringgit for the rear-wheel drive variant. Just a basic car, no fancy upgrades yet. So first up, the car loans down payment. Generally, the bank can lend us up to 90% of the car's market price and offers us a maximum of 9 years to repay our car loan. So in this case, I'll be using the EV financing solution by Maybank as an example. And it's called EV financing because they give discounts for borrowing money to buy electric cars rather than your standard petrol cars. And I actually gave them a call and they said that they'll be offering roughly 2.5% interest rate for borrowing 179,000 ringgit, which is 90% of 199k for a 9 years tenor, aka the maximum car loan tenor. But here's a quick thumb rule. Usually it's better to keep your car loan tenor between 5 to 7 years if you really want to stretch it to the maximum, because 9 years is, to be honest, a little bit too long and you will be paying way too much interest over the long run. Anyways, if you minus off the down payment of 19.9k, then you will have to repay the remaining 179,000 by monthly installment for the next 9 years, which amounts to about 2,031 ringgit every single month. And next up, we don't need petrol, remember? But we will still need the standard 11.5 kilowatt Tesla wall connector to charge our Teslas at home, and that should cost you at least 2,000 ringgit and another 1.2 to 1.8k for the installation fee, unless you want to charge at charging stations outside, for example at your office, shopping malls, charging stations, etc. And when it comes to electricity, there are two ways of charging, AC or DC. Let's start with AC, or short for alternative current, which is slower and cheaper, while DC, which means direct current, is faster and involves higher voltage. And for most residential areas, you will most likely find AC chargers only, because DC chargers are usually in higher voltage charging stations only, as they require special equipment like transformers to step up the voltage. So it's not very common yet. It's still more common to find AC chargers everywhere. And based on the official tech specs, the standard Tesla Model Y can run 455 kilometers on a full charge. And let's say if we drive a standard average of 28,000 kilometers a year, based on the number reported by Paul Tan, and even though that's quite a lot to me, or about 2,300 kilometers a month, that means you will need to charge roughly 5 full charges every single month. And because science, there will be energy loss during the charging process, aka the efficiency rate, and you need to factor in about 15% of energy loss on top of the 10 kilowatt hour charge that you are getting. So with an estimated 67.6 kilowatt hours battery on the Tesla Model Y at an electric cost of 57 cents per kilowatt hour, plus the 15% energy loss, it will cost you approximately 67.6 times 57 cents times 115%, which takes you about 44 ringgit to fully charge your Model Y from 0 to 100%. And if you charge 5 times per month, prepare about 220 ringgit every single month. And it might be less than that depending on your battery life and TMB rates, as this is based on 57 cents per kilowatt hour, which is the highest residential tariff. So what about charging outside? Because if you're not staying in landed houses, you probably can't have this wall connector installed right at your condo, unless your condo management allows you to do that. So the prices vary a lot. If you're looking at AC charging, Carput, which is one of the charging station companies, has a 22 kilowatt AC charger priced at 6 ringgit 50 cents per hour at the Curve Damansara, or 11 kilowatt AC charger priced at 8 ringgit per hour at PWTC KL. And for a 22 kilowatt charger, you can expect to charge around 3 to 4 hours from 0 to 100%. But the one provided by PlugShare at One Utama Shopping Mall is free for the first 3 hours and 2 ringgit for every subsequent hour. And as for DC fast chargers, Tesla will be launching 8 DC fast charging stations at Pavilion KL first, and those bad boys can deliver up to 250 kilowatts, which estimates 50 minutes of charging to travel 270 kilometers or 30 minutes for 0 to 100%. Pretty insane, right? But pricing details are yet to be revealed, so in the meantime, you can use either AC or DC chargers. And although DC charging is generally faster than AC charging, there will still be minor variations depending on the charging station itself. So we will put this calculation aside for simplicity's sake, and I will put a few useful links down below for you to read more of them yourself. Alright, let's move on to the next part, road tax. And the good news is we are off the hook thanks to the government incentive, since we are loving the environment a little bit more, right? But just like all good things, it does come to an end, at least if there's no extension. So after 31st December 2025, we will have to start paying for the EV road tax like every other car owners, and fingers crossed that it will be less than 4,000 ringgit a year. Now, the next big thing is car insurance. There's a lot of factors that affect the price of your car insurance. Let's just take a look at the NCD, which is the no claim discount for a petrol car. It's basically the more years you can prove yourself as a good driver, the more discount you can get on your car insurance premium. It's that simple. So for example, if you haven't claimed anything for the last 5 years of owning a car, the estimation will then be roughly 2,359 ringgit per year. But if you are a new driver or just claimed car insurance last year due to accidents and whatnot, you will then need to pay 4,723 ringgit per year for car insurance premium. Again, these are just estimated numbers for a petrol car, which has the same value of Tesla, which I did as a benchmark. So we can expect at least 4,000 ringgit per year for an EV car in general, before any applicable subsidies. Quick pause, if you are thinking of any financial goals to achieve through the US stock market by now, here's where I would like to give a quick shout out to the sponsor of this video, Momo, a stock brokerage platform with a super useful finance and investment community, or what they call the Moo community, where you will find like-minded people sharing about their experiences and thoughts about the market every single day. And this is the perfect place for you to ask and learn from experienced investors. And yes, I also post my thoughts on the market almost daily, so please feel free to follow me there as well to receive useful daily stock market updates. And for the bestest part, you can also win some Grab vouchers through their in-app treasure hunt. Just collect 1,000 Moo points and you can redeem your 10 ringgit Grab voucher. So feel free to use my link down below to sign up for an account now. Don't say bochu, huh? Okay, now let's get back to the video. Now let's talk about maintenance and repairs. Good news is Tesla or EV in general requires less maintenance than most ICE or petrol cars out there. You just need to check the tire, change the air filter, and service the aircon every 2 to 4 years. For example, you only need to change the cabin air filter every 2 years, which costs 99 ringgit per set on Shopee for Model S, and that makes it about 4 ringgit per month. Very cheap, right? And as for tires, we are recommended to rotate, realign, and balance them every 10,000 or so kilometers. So 10,000 kilometers means it's about once every 4 months, depending on how much you drive yourself. And this owner here was charged 270 ringgit for each session for each tire, so on average we can expect about 300 ringgit per month on maintenance before any applicable labor cost. And if you are thinking about the warranty, yes, just like every other car, Tesla does offer warranties as well. In fact, they have 2 different warranties. For all variants of Tesla, you will be covered by a basic vehicle warranty for 4 years or 80,000 kilometers, whichever comes first. And as for the battery and drive unit warranty, your Model Y rear-wheel drive variant is covered for 8 years or 160,000 kilometers, whichever comes first. So if your battery capacity ever goes down to less than 70% retention within the 8 years time frame, you will get a new one replaced for free. So wrapping up, hopefully you had a pretty good picture of the various costs to own a Tesla Model Y in Malaysia. And if you add every single thing up, you should be paying at least 3,000 ringgit per month. But just keep in mind that these are estimated figures based on Tesla Model Y rear-wheel drive variant without any upgrades. So this will be just the bare minimum cost at the longest financing tenor. And the numbers can still vary based on various factors like driving habits, insurance coverage, and maintenance requirements, etc. So if you floor your pedal all the time, just know that you are in for a higher bill. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out this all you need to know about Tesla Malaysia video I made right here. See you over there.